Hello, this is Stephen Schmoll-Trotter. I'm in Orlando, Florida, and I'm building a very large, for me anyway, train layout. And I'm going to explain what is built and what the plan is, and try and do it in less than 10 minutes. This is a 14 by 4 table constructed myself, 3/4 inch plywood, reinforcement, freestanding table at the end because I ran out of things in my apartment to put a platform upon. Started out smaller, grew. I've got 2 independent loops connected by 4 022 switches. I'm having trouble with the 2 switches in the frame right now. They're not functioning correctly. There seems to be a power shortage at that end also that has to be dealt with. One thing I've learned about fast track, which the all new track has to be because that's all I can get affordably, is better to connect power with this little doohickey here, a section of track with power. It is possible to connect power anywhere on fast track, but it doesn't stay. The wire frays and you end up pulling up and putting down track quite often. So the addition to the setup is the elevation section here. You see a complete elevated loop, partial retract, just for test purposes. Some track came in order to enable me to do some tests and make sure that my curves were cut correctly. The curves were cut by tracing existing curves and using a jigsaw. Here is the platform for elevation or decline. There's planning to be a fast track switch here where the Sentinel car is. We'll raise the track below it to make the interface clean. We're trying to use angles to hold this up. It's not complete yet. It will hold the train. I did test it, but I don't have track to put it on yet anyway. So there'll be a switch here, a fast track switch here. You can't get this in video, but there's some leveling has to be done, some cutting has to be done in order to level this off. There's probably going to be a siding, perhaps a commuter railroad interface train station up top here. There'll be 2 tracks in this section, although that's the last thing I'm going to do. The purpose of this video is to help me think, how am I going to break up the build into sections? I don't have enough income to spend $1,000 in January on trains. I've got a family to support in Israel. I've got bills. I don't have any debts, but I'm not going to go into debt to build a train set. So the long-term plan for this inner loop, which is the legacy O-style track, is there will be 2 turnarounds. Trains will be able to turn around in here and change direction if they're not too long. So you'll note there are some of the connections are temporary, some of them are permanent. This is the second interface where there'll be a switch coming from the Virginian car current location and coming around and interfacing with this uphill track. Now I've tested at this uphill track a single engine, the little engine that could, the 1776 Centennial engine here, can make it up, but the question is, can it do it with any freight cars, and can it make a turn interface here? The reason this pillar in frame right now is temporary is it's probably going to have to move in order to accommodate the switch. I'm using 031 45-degree switches because it's a tight format and layout. I'm doing my best I can to be level, to not have too much change in altitude. There is some change, but it's very gentle on the ring. It's due to my construction techniques. I'm not a professional. The eventual plan for the wood is to paint it gray, possibly put plaster over it, concrete. Other reason for temporary pillars is this engine right here. This is a Union Pacific 8006. It's 20 inches long and it takes turns, very wide. So before I make any pillar permanent, I run this train both directions through both loops. So with that, I'm going to give you a little bit of train video now. I'm going to try and turn the train back on, and then I'm going to get back to work. It's December 25th. Since I don't celebrate that holiday being Jewish, I'm taking advantage of it not having to work. I don't know how I got the day off, but I did, with plenty of coffee. I'm working on my trains today. And now the trains start to move. In fact, I'm going in opposite directions right now. And when the video terminates, I will run my test and start making pillars permanent. Have a very happy holiday, everybody who celebrates and everybody who's off work today. I wish you a very happy holiday season and a happy 2019, healthy, with only good news and good health to your family members. That's my blessing to all of you. Bye-bye.